G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to Thornbridge Manor in Dartmoor, England, where everyone has a tendency to smoke more darts. We're here to eliminate this grumpy old cow, Alexa Carlisle. But here's the catch. She's already dead. Or that's at least what she'd like us to believe. See, word's got out that she's on borrowed time, and so she's gone and faked her own death in an attempt to gain a little bit more. A futile effort, yes, but you can't fault her for trying. And in case you didn't think that things were complicated enough, there's also been an actual death in the family. That's right, Alexa's brother Zachary has gone and carked it overnight. The general consensus is that he's topped himself, but Alexa suspects a bit of foul play, and so she's hired a private investigator to uncover the truth of what happened. So it's a shame that he's never gonna make it to the front door.
Hello? Is anybody there? I could have sworn that I saw somebody go into these.
Right, let's get on with it, shall we? Well, what do we have here? A fountain that appears to be the backdrop for an upcoming family photo shoot. The only problem is that there's not enough power. Looks like we're missing one of those fuse cells that are clearly becoming a thing. So it's a good thing that there's a nearby fuse box that we can break into, steal the fuse cell out of, and then place said fuse cell into the fuse box powering all of the photography gear. Now that everything's powered up, let's test out the camera, shall we?
You look like you've done something you shouldn't. Am I right?
Well, not necessarily. It really depends on how you feel about me touching this camera. Which, in all fairness, is probably not that big a deal.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, fuck off! Okay, so this time, after installing the fuse cell, we'll loosen the valve alongside the fountain to create a water leak, grab the nearby screwdriver from the bench, and use it to expose the wire on this power board. There we go. The fucking perfect crime, mate.
You need to pay attention here.
Oh, you've gotta be joking.
I'm gonna go get help now.
Is that so, you fucking beanie-wearing hipster cunt?
Don't hit me! You won't die.
Jesus!
Okay. Fuse cell. Water leak. Exposed wire. Good. That fucking cockhead didn't notice this time. Alright, love. You just sit there and look gorgeous. Now, you may feel a slight tickle in a few seconds, but don't worry. It's a totally normal side effect of being fatally electrocuted.
Oh, fuck!
Maybe don't quit your day job, 47. Your photography skills are shocking. Thanks for your cooperation, love. You've been a great help.
Have you ever heard of knocking? Well, you need to leave. No!
Have you ever heard of shutting the fuck up? Well, you need to. Okay, so our trap is set, and all we've got to do is wait for the Carlisles to gather for their stupid fucking photo shoot. Shouldn't be a problem at all.
No offense, but please get out of my face.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hey, back off a bit, would you?
Mate, there's plenty of fucking backyard here for everyone.
I feel you are violating my personal space.
Oh, I'll be violating your personal face in a minute, cunt.
Please get out of my face.
That's it!
What the hell? You could break someone's skull like that!
That's the idea. Ah, there you are, Alexa. Finally, we can get this show on the road.
There's a puddle of water here. Oh, never mind. Let's just get this done, shall we?
That's the spirit, Alexa. Besides, what's the worst thing that could happen by sitting in a puddle of... Oh yes, that's right. Death! Well, that's one way of dealing with the old bag. Alternatively, we could have saved ourselves the electricity and just blown Madame Carlisle and her whole fucking family sky fucking high! Yeah!
Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a file we have to collect as well. We'll get that in a minute, Diana.
You do this.
Yes.
Fucking look at me when I'm talking to you.
Hey! There's no fucking need to speak to me with that sort of language, mate. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna rinse your mouth out with soap.
No, please.
Your mother will thank me for that later, mate. G'day, gentlemen. I've got a bit of a brain teaser for you. What's red and bad for your teeth?
You can't be here, sir.
Bricks. Seeing as though Alexa has faked her own death, she's of course in the process of planning her own funeral and would like to inspect the arrangements that have been made at the graveyard. So, I think that it would be rather kind of 47 to facilitate her inspection. The problem is that there's an annoying flock of birds preventing her from making her way down to the graveyard. This guy clearly knows what I'm talking about.
Get fucked, you stupid birds! Go away! Shoot! Be gone! Go someplace else! I'll get rid of you cunts if it's the last thing that I bring!
Don't worry, mate. I'll take care of it. See? No need to make a meal out of it, mate. A simple silenced pistol does the trick just fine. Well, looky here. An enforcer that could potentially see through our disguise and ruin our expertly laid plan. And looky here. A simple garden rake.
Hey, you!
Oh, mate. And now your fertilizer. Not how you thought your day would end when you woke up this morning, was it, buddy? Okay, so now that we've taken out that enforcer and also established that we're a sick and demented fucking person, we're gonna focus our attention on this guy. The Undertaker! Consider your position undertaken, mate. Whatever the fuck that means. Mrs. Carlisle, would you fancy one last look at your tombstone, love? Come on, I could really use your opinion. You could say it's a matter of life or death.
I like it. Well done, Mr. Parsons, I approve.
Yes, it will mark your grave beautifully.
Insta-drown! Thanks, guys. Fuck. Yep, I know, it's the same joke I used about 10 years ago. Thank you very much. Yep. Thank you.
Where's Madam Carlisle?
Fucked if I know, mate. I've just been digging this grave and minding my own business.
Someone else will fix it.
They're gonna have to now, mate. Alright, time to head upstairs to grab that case file.
Sorry, sir, got orders. Can't let you through. Sorry for the inconvenience.
No worries at all, mate.
Command, do you read? Command, I found a body here at my 20. Please advise. Over.
A few moments later.
That was you madman! Knocking people out like that.
Mister, drop!
Okay, clearly the stairs are out of the question, so it looks like we're gonna have to find another way of getting to the top floor. Just walk it off, mate. You'll be fine.
What a beautiful view. Hey, what's going on?
Suck shit, cunt. So, we've made it to Alexa Carlisle's office on the top floor of Thornbridge Manor, but as we've already established, a lowly PI like us doesn't have the proper clearance to be up here. So... We're gonna knock out this bodyguard, stash his body, and steal his uniform. Rightio! Now, let's have a look for that case file. Spoiler alert, it's contained within a safe that's hidden behind this creepy dog portrait. We can access it by activating the not-so-secret button on the armrest of Miss Carlisle's armchair. Now all we need to do is find the combination using the clues above the safe, but before we do that, let's take a cheeky look at a couple of different ways that we can eliminate Miss Carlisle! This is quite the surprise. I thought you were dead. No big deal. If you could just stand exactly where you are, that would be fantastic. Fuck!
Over here!
Okay, let's try that again. Much better. Adjacent to Miss Carlisle's office is an empty padded room with a single chair in the centre, and apparently not even her security detail is allowed to set foot in here, so you just know that it's got to be important in some way. Alexa periodically has some alone time in here, where she talks out loud to herself and then screams into a pillow. I shit you not. How's that for a bit of pillow talk, bitch? See that fireplace right there? Well, there just so happens to be an access hatch that we can utilise to drop a propane tank down the chimney for explosive results. The minor inconvenience here is that Miss Carlisle doesn't tend to wander voluntarily over to said fireplace, so she needs a little bit of encouragement.
I'm deeply involved in this fight.
Yeah, you'd better go and check that out. I reckon that it came from directly in front of the fireplace. Just have a close look around there for a few more seconds just to be sure. You know what? I've never really been a fan of the fireplace explosions in this game. They're just so anticlimactic. I expect a little bit more bang, you know? What about if we put a second propane tank just in front of the fireplace? That should give it a little bit more kick. I mean, it's not rocket science. Twice the propane should mean twice the explosion, you know? Still not good enough. And look, the fucking propane tank's just sitting there. Totally unaffected by that explosion. Okay, so this time, fuck the chimney, let's go 2 propane tanks and a remote explosive right in front of the fucking fireplace.
Show yourself.
That's Madame Carlisle taken care of.
Much fucking better.
Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
Way ahead of you, Diana. Okay. Before we get the fuck out of here, I do feel slightly obligated to at least mention the murder mystery surrounding this particular mission of Hitman 3. I mean, we did incapacitate and steal the identity of the private investigator that was supposed to solve the mystery behind Zachary Carlisle's untimely death, so I suppose it's the least we could do. So let's start by taking a look at the crime scene. Yep. That's what we in the industry call an FDC. A fucking dead cunt. Anyway, upon closely examining the crime scene, I discovered that Zachary was killed by a rare, short-lived plant poison that was likely administered using the whiskey glass and bottle by his bed. And although there was a suicide note left on the table beside the fireplace, after looking at Zachary's laptop, it appeared that he'd been looking at purchasing a pair of Wellington boots. Not something one would be doing if they plan to end their own life. After concluding that this was definitely an act of foul play, it was time to question a few of the key suspects in Zachary's murder. I started with young Patrick Carlisle, the son of Gregory and Emma Carlisle. Unfortunately, he wasn't very cooperative.
Patrick Carlisle.
Sorry, man, but you're just making me feel a little uncomfortable now. Okay?
How's that for uncomfortable, cunt? After my brief and rather unproductive conversation with Patrick, I moved into the living room where I asked his father Gregory a few questions as to his whereabouts at the time of the murder. He said that he popped down to the pub for a few drinks with his brother Edward, so naturally I sought him out to see if he'd corroborate his brother's story. Speaking with Edward revealed that the pair did in fact visit the pub last night, and so it was confirmed that neither of them were present at the manor at the time of Zachary's death. However, it became apparent to me that Edward Carlisle was suffering from depression and came across as a bit of a downer. So I took the liberty of poisoning his coffee and ending his life prematurely. My line of questioning soon led me to Emma Carlisle, Gregory's wife and Patrick's mother. I didn't get a lot of positive vibes from our conversation, so I thought that it would be prudent to violently connect my elbow with the bridge of her nose.
Shit.
Upon being rendered unconscious, Emma dropped what appeared to be a poisonous flower, which I found suspicious immediately, seeing as though I'd already established that Zachary was killed by a plant-based poison. Not wanting to jump to any conclusions, I thought it'd be best to examine Emma's private quarters to gather a bit more evidence, so I killed everybody else in the room and snapped her neck before heading upstairs. When I reached the door to her bedroom, I was disappointed to find that it was locked and I hadn't yet acquired the master key, but thankfully, I'd brought along my trusty lockpick for today's mission, so I only needed to wait until the coast was clear to gain entry. Unfortunately, a nearby maid decided that now was the perfect time to begin sweeping the floor a few feet away from me, so I waited patiently for all of about 30 seconds while she continually swept the same spot on the floor repeatedly. Eventually, my stockpile of patience was exhausted.
Stop doing...
Once the coast was clear, I entered the room and had a look around. My search revealed a greenhouse keychain, but no key, which I found suspicious, a pair of muddy stilettos, also suspicious, and a letter to Emma Carlisle from her mother, in which it was revealed that Emma's father was the late Montgomery Carlisle, Alexa and Zachary's brother. Apparently he was next in line to inherit the family business, and so Alexa and Zachary killed him so that Alexa could take the reins instead. That sounded enough like motive to me. Emma Carlisle killed Zachary using a plant-based poison that she acquired from the greenhouse. I had no doubt about it. The case was solved. After breaking the news to Madame Carlisle, she rewarded me with that case file that we had to steal from her earlier, and then sought a moment of privacy to process everything I'd just told her. And of course, I, being the opportunistic murderous cunt that I am, took the opportunity to follow her outside and throw the bitch over the fucking balcony! But it didn't necessarily have to end this way. Alternatively, I could have told her that Zachary's death was indeed self-inflicted, and the sheer gravity of that reality would have been far too much for Alexa Carlisle to live with. Ah, come on Alexa, there's no point getting too upset about this. I mean, you may as well just FUCKING HELL! Well, I guess that's that. Anyway, ladies and gents, I think that's enough for one day. Time to get the fuck out of here. I'll see you next time.